Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign for, I pulled out water. This is air sign. I've got a lot of air in this reading, so I'm going with air. Now, I've got my own business card, but you've got to ignore the actual phone number on there. It's an old number. But it's Moonlight Madness, and it's 0476018625, and it's kellyhardyman28@gmail.com. It says I do tarot cards, crystal healing, energy channeling and psychometry. Basically that's what I do. So I've got a lot of crystals here that I've managed to purchase over the years from Rainbow Runner in Hamilton. Adrian runs the shop, and all of these crystals have different meanings, and I've pulled a couple of cards today which means I've got a lot of Scorpio energy around me at the moment. So I've got here the smoky quartz. It's good for Scorpio, and we've got Leo the Lion around you as well, so I would put Tiger's Eye. And then we've got the Devil. It's an interesting mixed bag, and the Wheel of Fortune. So a lucky face. Citrine I like to use when I'm trying to attract money as a crystal to focus on. And coins, gold. If you want to wear gold to attract what you're after, then gold attracts gold. Okay, so air sign, we've got Two of Cups. The first card I pulled in the deck. The deck I'm using today is called the Lover's Path Tarot, and this is the Lover's Cross that I'm doing. Relationship Cross, I think they call it. Let me have a look. It's a brand new deck. I'm still learning Relationship Cross. The first card I pulled is the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups represents union. So I'm pulling the Rose Quartz crystal for love. Two of Cups in this reading, because it's got a little story behind it. I like it because it's got a romance attached to every card. That's like a major arcana card, or sometimes in like things like love. Two of Cups would be called a love card, a union coming together. Sometimes of opposites, complete opposites in some cases. Cups, arrows, coins. Not going too far. Again, book does not run like my other book. Harmony, partnership and love. Enchantment, the integration of masculine and feminine aspects within oneself. An attraction that may become an important friendship or love relationship. So that's what's happening for you currently, right now. In the immediate past, you have the past is 11 to 13. So in the past you've got you've got the Six of Coins. The Six of Coins is talking about volunteering, your time, your efforts to other people. The Six of Coins can also, like, volunteering your advice, your what you've been through on your personal journey. Have you had loss and how you managed to turn it around? Grief. Generosity, helping others, charity, fortune, appreciation, trusting in the prosperity of the universe, helping others who are less fortunate. Yeah, that's a really nice card to pull. And then we've got the Nine of Coins, which is the ability to live on your own and the ability to create your own work from home type of situation, which a lot of us, I think, wanted to do ever since COVID happened. A lot of people are trying to work from home more now. Luxury, prosperity, fertility and pleasure, feeling blessed by life, enjoying the fruits of one's labour. And now that's been accomplished, perhaps it is time to create a family. That's in the past. So you must have had a small family with somebody. The desire to. And the Four of Arrows is to do with sleep, insomnia. You may have always had issues with sleep. It's the Four of Arrows. I know a lot of people that walk and run to try and wind their battery down. Healing, introspection and isolation. Need time to heal or rest, peace after emotional disappointment, detachment from the everyday world to regain balance. Yeah, that's what happened when we were in COVID. We were all locked away. We were with our families more. We weren't going outside of the house. We were buckling down. We're cleaning up, cleaning the house, only going out for necessities. And you know, you could go out for a walk for an hour a day. That was considered exercise, but we weren't allowed to touch anyone. No marriages could be held because of the COVID. So there was a lot of things put on hold. So maybe talking about. The 4 arrows is the 4 swords, and that's the past. And also, when you look at arrows in the deck, it can represent a time frame. So we can go, swords basically represent weeks. So this is 4 weeks ago. Maybe you were sick 4 weeks ago. I know I was. So yeah, there's lots of COVID still out there. Trust me, it's not been eradicated. Then we've got here the present, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. The 5 of cups is the present. This is sadness. 5 is like you've spilt 3 cups, but you've still got 2 remaining. The old saying, don't cry over spilled milk. Now the deck I'm using in the Lover's Path is by Chris Waldo. Brandy. 5 of Cups is disappointment, sadness and pessimism, feeling trapped, concentrating on problems instead of assets, not seeing opportunities, creative blockage or infertility. Yeah, that's an air sign. Infertility, that could be because of hormonal imbalances as well for some. Ace of Coins, it could be stress related. Stress and lots of exercise will stop your fertility because you will be too run down physically in order to carry a child. Ace of Coins, maybe you just need to get your health back on track and not overdo things. Ace of Coins to me is like a helping hand from God. Fertility, growth and prosperity. This is coming for you. The beginning of a new phase filled with good fortune, attainment of material goals, contentment in personal life. Then you've got the 7 of Arrows, which is to do with being on guard against gossip and people's insinuations and slander. You're saying no to it. You might have physically, mentally put a protection spell on yourself, or you may have just called people out in your family or circle of friends you thought were friends that may have betrayed you. You may have just visually, verbally wrote it up on social media. 7 of Arrows is defense, caution, self-protection, feeling vulnerable, the ability to defend oneself in a difficult situation, the need for caution and examination, very much so. Yeah, you're on the defense. Some of you may work in security. You could be someone that works in, I don't know, Navy, Army, Air Force, the forces. You literally may be on standby for an attack because we are currently in a war, in a type of a war. We're not a world war yet. That doesn't mean it won't happen. I saw a war happen when I had my near-death experience. And it doesn't end well. There's nothing left. And there's cars that go around, you know, like from the Air Force, that whatever is left, knocking on doors to check for signs of life, proof of life. Very scary. And it looks like all this mist around it. That's what I saw, like in E.T. And all that mist was around when he was outside in the mist. That's what I was seeing. Okay, so that was one of my visions back in 2018. Now what you've got next is their side of it. You've got the devil. They may have been tempted by somebody else. They may be tempted by sex, drugs, rock and roll, excess of sex, drugs and rock and roll, or overeating or undereating. That's also an addiction. Some people give up smoking and end up overeating and put weight on because they wonder why they put weight on, because they've replaced one addiction with another. Or you give up drinking or smoking and then you go running or over exercising. There's lots of different excesses with the devil. It's being tempted by Francesca and Paola. This is the love story behind the devil, which is 15, which is a 6. The 6 number, 666 is the devil, right? So we've got, this is the person around you. It could be a Capricorn, the devil. Yeah. Inner turmoil and obsession. Obsessed. Francesca da Polenta Rovina was married to Giovanni Malatesta to strengthen her family's political bonds. But there was one problem. Francesca loved Giovanni's brother, the handsome Paolo. Tempted by love, Francesca and Paolo's story could only end in sorrow. These true events inspired the poet Dante, who had a vision of Paolo tenderly embracing Francesca to protect her against the forces swirling around them in Hades. Dante retold their sad story in his Inferno, the first book of the Divine Comedy. Yeah. Tempted by forces one cannot control, obsession in the form of envy, sensual desires, the need to be controlling. The person that you were with may have been very controlling of where you went, how long you were, and who you were with. The Awakening. We've got here the Sun, Cupid and Psyche. This is if you're into studying psychology. Psyche was very much part of a lover's, I guess, complication in it. Cupid. So we've got here the Sun. Now the Sun card is also a fire sign. You may have got it. This person, this new person, may be a fire sign. The Sun is the awakening. Creativity, success, fertility, and optimism. So for that, I would be using, where's the crystal? Carnelian is for creativity. I would use carnelian. Or you could use Tiger's Eye, because Tiger's Eye, which we've got on the Strength card, also represents two placements in a fire sign. Venus was jealous of Psyche's outstanding beauty. She instructed her son Cupid to pierce Psyche with his arrow, so she would foolishly love the first creature she saw. But Cupid loved Psyche. He rescued her and secretly took her as his bride. Psyche burned Cupid by accident when she tried to see him by lamplight, and she angered the god, and the angered god flew away. Venus put forth many trials to Psyche when she pleaded for her forgiveness. Cupid and Psyche were soon rejoined, awakened to the preciousness of their love by its testing. Emotional awakening, an expansive, life-affirming energy that brings life opportunities and optimism, love and sexuality, creativity and procreation, relationships with children. This person you may be involved with has children from a previous relationship. Four of Cups, they may be grown children, it could be just that matter. Four of Cups is, for me, a resting card. They may be on holidays at the moment, because Four of Cups is like recuperating from being sick. This person may have been ill recently. Dissatisfaction, boredom and overindulgence, taking something for granted, love, talents, beauty, need for more authentic life, re-evaluation of a relationship that feels superficial. Yeah, it's only skin deep. Maybe you've got to evaluate if this person is only after you because of the way you look, or they're attracted to you because of your looks. I don't think that's a good way to base a relationship. You need something more than that. I could be attracted to someone, but I won't want to necessarily have a relationship with them if there's nothing that we've got in common to talk about, because that's all you're left, isn't it? You're always, you remember that when they're younger, but then when they age, all you've got is memories and friendship. So Cups could be months. This is 4 months away. This could be the last 4 months that this person has been recuperating or overindulged and is now recuperating because of the overindulgence of the devil. We've got here, the next card is pulled up, is the Future card. It's Strength. And that's again Leo energy. And that's 8, 9, and 10. We're going to read it back to front. So we've got the first card we pulled is a Princess of Cups. This person may be Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. This is like currently coming towards you. This is future. 8, 9, and 10 is future, as it may play out. Your future may be involved with someone who is a water sign, very emotional person, loves to read romance novels, gets very emotional, can get you caught up with poetry, may sing sweet nothings to your ear. They're very passionate. You've got to be careful. They like to spread it around. They can't. They may be a big flirt. They may not be able to help themselves to have and seek out lots of attention from other people. That's your concern. I think you'll be, if you want a stable relationship with them, you may have to share them with somebody else. I don't think they're willing to settle. They could be a lot younger than you, which is possibly why they don't want to settle. Or they've come out of a relationship recently that was not good for them, and they just want to spread their wings. You know, I'm pretty sure it's a Scorpion because you've got transformation. And transformation is death. From the death of the relationship that they've recently gone through, they've transformed into something better, or they're transforming themselves from having the drug problem or the addiction problem to becoming a better person because they want to be with you. Maybe they tried to be without you and then they've missed you so much that they realise they have to do something drastic to get your attention back. They need all eyes on you. They need to because they can see that you've got lots of other possibilities. Now the love story we're talking about with transformation is Persephone, I can never say it, Persephone, there we go, and Pluto. Transformation is the death. And it's talking about Demeter, goddess of the harvest, had a daughter named Persephone. Demeter was the mother, whom she treasured more than the earth. When Persephone was abducted by Pluto, the god of the underworld, again, hence the relation to the sex, drugs and rock and roll addiction, Demeter cursed the soil to be barren until Zeus finally agreed to reunite with Persephone with her mother, but only if she had not eaten while in the underworld. Persephone had eaten 6 seeds of a pomegranate. Thus a compromise was reached. Each year Persephone would live 6 months in the underworld and 6 months on earth. Meaning, transformations, they need to allow something to die in order to create room for the new. Fear of loss from change, creating life out of death. They may have already had a near-death experience as well, the person that I'm talking about. They may have died a couple of times. Almost died. The strength and being transformed because of the newfound ability to do something about their addiction. The strengths card talks about, again, having the strength to soldier on or to overcome an addiction. Brunhild and Siegfried is strength. This is the love story behind this card. Power, wisdom, magic, innocence. Just find it. Here we go. Courage, strength, leadership, and confidence. The Valkyrie, Brunhild, was the favourite child of her father, Wotan, divine ruler of the gods and goddesses. Brunhild angered Wotan by betraying him when she was moved by mortal Sigmund's story of love. For the first time she understood the power of love, which made her strong enough to go against her father's will. She agreed to help Sigmund, though Wotan had ordered her not to. This led to Brunhild finding her own true love with Sinfrul, the son of Sigmund. The transformation of weakness into strength, integrity, the strength to do great deeds, confident leadership. You may be offered a leadership position, or you may have been recently known as the head of the family through, I don't know, someone dying, someone passing away, the death of someone in the family. You may be the glue that glues everyone back together because there's so much sadness and grief. Then harshness, because grief has many different phases, and the first one to come out is anger. You may have said something you didn't mean because you were so upset about the death in the family. Wheel of Fortune, this is the overall outcome of the reading. Talks about being in a lucky phase or a new cycle. You're starting a new cycle. Now I know today in India or Sri Lanka, it's their New Year's Day, apparently. I didn't know. It starts because of a harvest. We talked about a harvest. So when they harvest the rice, that's when they celebrate New Year's, which is different to us. Ours is New Year's Day is 1st of January. This is the 14th of April, completely opposite. Different traditions in different countries, and it makes sense because it's all about the moon cycle, because we've just come out of an eclipse, and it's also about when you harvest it by the light of the moon, or when the sun decides to leave daylight saving, then we have no light to then harvest. I don't know if they have daylight saving. I don't think they do in India. The Wheel of Fortune is 10. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is Dante and Zeus. This is the love story. Chance, fate, expansion, prosperity. King Asus had a daughter named Danae, that princess with a curse, for upon her birth it was predicted that one of the prince's offspring would kill the king. So her child would kill the king. When Danae came of age, the king walled her within a tower made of bronze. We did a tower part pulled in the last reading for water. So if you have a strong placement in air, I would be watching the air and water. You have a water placement or an air placement, I would suggest you watch the water sign. So the tower made of bronze. Despite this, Danae was loved by Zeus, and together they had a son named Perseus. Perseus grew into a strong man, and after many adventures he did slay Arceus as a punishment for treating his only daughter so cruelly. The generosity of the universe, the ability to be open to abundance, awareness of beauty and love. Yeah. Awareness of beauty and love. Maybe you've got an overprotective father that's put you in a tower, as in you're being watched, which I've got like detective energy, which I got in the last reading for water sign. They may have a detective on you to follow you around so you don't, I don't know, get hurt, or they're overprotective of you to the point that you don't feel like you can breathe, you feel suffocated. You may be doing something different, like not taking your phone with you so you don't have anyone to watch you. You might feel overly fenced in. That could also be for some people. If you're an air sign, you may be feeling like you're suffocated by this water sign because they're very overprotective, very possessive of you and your time and who you share your time with. They may be watching you through other people. You may see people that you keep seeing around the streets with their phone. It's like you've got your own little paparazzi, is what I'm getting. Because they're the same people you see on the bus stop. Whenever you're on the bus stop, you think it's a bit odd because you go different times of the day. Just so you notice, when you look for detectives, they usually have sneakers on. If you're being watched or surveillance on you, and it's by a reporter, they will have nice boots on, like brogue shoes. You can look that up, probably there's no such word anymore. Brogue shoes. They look quite decent. They were back in the 80s and 90s, and they were leather shoes. So they're reporters. That's how you know who's who. You may be finding some stranger outside of your entrance into your key-operated or security system that your father's put on there to protect you from these prying eyes. Be careful. Got that song in my mind. Private eyes are watching you. Hall and Oates. There's someone, I've got a goosebump, someone is watching out for you. Watching you. Yeah. Hall and Oates. Another very good song and a very old song from the 80s. That's what I have for you today, and this is a reading for air. Communication is going to come through. You've maybe possibly discovered or exposed a so-called friend you thought was a friend was actually reporting back to your, I guess, uncle or father, posing as a friend, sticking their nose into your business that is not theirs to be poking around into. Be very aware, air sign.